Your most perfect luxury handbag may be hiding in plain sight at one of these luxury brands. And it's understandable that you might be missing out on these bags because these luxury brands are not known for handbags. You would have to be a true fashion lover or seeker like myself to make these kinds of discoveries. And honestly, it feels like we're in on this juicy secret, and I just can't keep it to myself. I have to share it with you. 6 of our favorite luxury brands that you need to start paying closer attention to if you're looking for the perfect luxury handbag. One is Cartier. And yes, when you think of this legacy brand, you're probably thinking of really expensive jewelry, classic watches, gorgeous red boxes, all ubiquitous with wealth. And almost any and everyone these days of money and status has a Cartier wrist stack. They have the rings, they have the classic watches, whether they are new or vintage. And that's all good and dandy, but we're missing out on the bags. Designs are not groundbreaking. They're not disrupting the space. They aren't necessarily going toe to toe, head to head with the likes of Louboutin, etc. But they do very much still follow the codes of a legacy luxury brand like Cartier. They do use premium materials to create these sleek, modern designs. They're utilizing the elements synonymous with Cartier, being the panther, the trinity, the Cartier initials. And zooming in on the details, I can tell you that every single bag I've seen online and in person is well constructed. Of course, I always find favorites when I make these discoveries, and for me, it was this mini shoulder bag from their Trinity line, as well as I love a good tote, and this tote from their C'est de Cartier is definitely one of the most gorgeous, simple, sophisticated looking totes I have ever seen. But if you're more on the bougie side and you are a true Cartier brand loyalist, you have your essay on speed dial, as does he or she have you on speed dial in return, you would be looking into bags like this one called the Cabochon. And here it's less so about the bag and more about the jewels, because of course Cartier is a jewel brand. So you're looking at 4, 5, 6 figures for a simple style of bag that is adorned with jewels. We're looking at jewels like amethyst, onyx, you name it, it's there. I also want to say I love this top handle bag from their Panther line. It's very similar to what you would see with a few other brands that have these types of, silhouette, but I love that it has these mobile bands, like they actually move around. That is very much in keeping with Cartier and really just adds a wonderful spin on what is otherwise a very simple, familiar style. Let me know in the comments if you are a Cartier brand loyalist or you knew about these Cartier bags, and even better, you own one. Next up is Christian Louboutin, and I don't think this one is so much of a secret. I think more people are familiar with the fact that they do now make handbags. I've been speaking about this for years on this channel. When during that lull moment, people were not wearing those super high red bottoms anymore. They were exploring how to bring more value to people, and they started making handbags, and I love a lot of their handbags, and they have expanded their offerings. And unlike Cartier, which I think is making items for their loyalists, I think Christian Louboutin is trying to go toe-to-toe, head-to-head with Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Prada, you name it, when it comes to luxury handbag. They're making great, fun, statement-y bags, but they also have those very refined, sophisticated-looking bags. Of course, if you've been here before, you know I love their Cabata bags. They have so many different versions of this. I think these are great entry-level designer bags of our moment. I don't think we have a lot of entry-level designer bags anymore, but Christian Louboutin is doing great when it comes to pricing gorgeous bags that are great quality. And I also noticed that people are finding their way back to Christian Louboutin shoes. So imagine getting the shoe and the bag to match to complement your gorgeous fits. You are going to have the time of your life in fashion this year if you find yourself at Christian Louboutin looking for a bag. 3 is Aerin, and this was truly a discovery for me. I always thought there was just a fragrance brand at my local Bloomingdale's, and one day I decided to venture over to one of their fragrance counters. I had a very pleasant experience with the sales associate, and I was able to trial a few of their fragrances, and I did like them. And so I went online and I looked a little bit more into the brand and discovered this isn't a fragrance brand, this is a lifestyle brand, and included in their offerings are accessories like handbags. Now, I will say they only have a few offerings, but what they do have is very appealing. And the founder, Aerin Lauder, yes, that Lauder, wanted to create pieces that reflected ease and refinement, and that was clear as day in these designs. The mini weekender bag in eucalyptus is hands down my favorite, and this I think is exactly what Aloe was trying to do with those $3,000 handbags that we spoke about. I think they were creating bags for not just a brand loyalist, but the person who lived this particular lifestyle would most definitely be wearing or carrying these types of handbags. And I think Aerin executed this absolutely well. And I definitely see an Aerin handbag in my future. Not to mention these cute raffia pouches. These would be perfect for summer. I'm definitely coming back. I know I said the previous ones are for true brand loyalists, but I think this one is for the most loyal loyalists to know about. These are luxury handbags from Ferrari. Yes, that Ferrari, like vroom vroom fast car. And I'm not talking about just sports merch. They have an entire fashion house with a creative director and everything. And they offer a few beautiful handbags. They have this mini bowling bag that comes in red and this khaki green, which I think are the best looking of the bags that they have. But there's a little cutie patootie that truly had me oogling and googling over it. And it's this wallet with a strap. This suede interior took me aback. I was not expecting this. And for the logo, they have the prancing Ferrari, which I think is subtle but still noticeable for those who are looking to signal that they're wearing a luxury. And I know we're talking about bags, but I just have to give a moment to these fingerless leather gloves. Chef's kiss. Okay, so we're at number 5, and Alexis Bittar is another brand that I've mentioned here, and I've actually spoken about their handbags, but I want to bring it back because I don't think enough people know about it. This is a jewelry brand from New York. They specialize in lucite pieces, and they are well loved by a lot of celebrities. You've probably seen their pieces on Gwyneth Paltrow, Beyonce, that gorgeous necklace that Tyla wore with her sand-like gown at the Met Gala. That is Alexis Bittar. And their jewelry pieces are beautiful. They're exciting. They're unique. But the handbags, if you're looking for a statement bag, if you're looking to get a gorgeous formal wear bag that is accessible by price point, but can definitely measure up to some of the more luxuriously priced, you need to start looking into Alexis Bittar. I am absolutely in love and head over heels with all their designs, and I think that we should be focusing our attention on brands like these. Finally, number 6 is Bulgari. And yes, we can see a clear trend here. The jewelry brands are excelling at handbags. And when it comes to Bulgari, I have to say they make some of the most, if not the most, exceptionally stunning, beautiful handbags I have seen in all of luxury fashion. These are literally works of art. They are divine. Bulgari's jewelry already carries this level of etherealism with it. It's just not in any other class with anyone else. It stands by itself, high on a pinnacle. And the very same is seen in their handbags. I love every single piece. Most of these obviously are formal wear bags, but I do see a few everyday kind of pieces here and there. I've seen them in the Bulgari boutiques, and I've seen a couple on resale sites, and I'm always impressed, always blown away by these pieces. I always find favorites, but there were just so many, I could not narrow them down to talk to you guys about, so I'm just going to show you as much as I can. But let's know in the comments below which luxury brands you guys are sneakily finding these gorgeous handbags and keeping them to yourselves. Until my next video, stay fashionably well and in good health.